All right. What is up, you guys? What is up, you guys? Waiting on YouTube to get the stream. I don't even know where. Oh, my phone is right there. Okay. So I have to watch it from here. Okay, YouTube just got the stream. Let's do a sound check. And it's sounding good. How is everybody doing today? I'm very, very, very excited to continue this conversation, but I just got a little emotional thinking about Charm because, as you guys know, we lost him. So I had to get myself together. Wow. Okay, it's gonna be okay. Hey, But we will be talking about is it cheaper to pay for expensive stud credits or not? And this is episode 4 of the RFB B3 podcast. So welcome. What is up, Michelle girl? What is up, Michelle girl? Michelle, I just got emotional. I'm trying to get it together. Charm is on the thumbnail, and I was just looking at some old photos and setting up for the stream, and I said, oh Lord, this has been a very emotionally tugging week. Very drenching, heart-wrenching, but we're gonna get through it, y'all. We're gonna have a fun time today. What is up, Miss Payton girl? Tell us how your first week, maybe 2 weeks, have been going in school. What is up, Miss Texas Leslie girl? Oh, we got the girls out today. Y'all. We have our beloved legacy legend member Michelle Case in the chat. Okay. I'm always so grateful and so thankful for her support. I feel like it's going to be a great conversation today, guys. I'm super excited about it. And I don't want to cry. I feel like, these dogs been having me toe up, okay? Our kids and these dogs, yeah, they've been having your girl toe up from the float up, okay? But we're gonna get through it today. Okay, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey y'all, we are the Rosharon French Breeders, home of the 3K Pup Baby, and today, welcome to the RFB B3 podcast, where we talk about the Bulldogs, the breeders, and the business. And I'm super, super, super grateful to be here with you guys because, I don't know if you noticed, but we've been going through it lately. Okay, we have been going through it lately, but all thanks and glory be to God for seeing us through this, right? To getting us to this point, and you guys for encouraging us, for motivating us. And we said, although we are going through, we're going to keep our word, and we will continue to keep bringing you guys positive and uplifting content, even though we are suffering ourselves, right? Because it's always someone who needs to hear your message, right? To see you accomplishing your mission to help them to do the same. So I am a little sad today. I cannot lie. I was doing fine before I sat down and started planning for the podcast. And then all of a sudden, like a sadness came over me because we're still grieving the loss of our very first stud, Charm, who we will be talking a little bit about today. But y'all help me out, definitely bring your questions, your concerns, because we will be hashing out, is it cheaper to pay for expensive stud credits? Giving different perspectives from French Bulldog breeders and dog lovers. But this is episode 4, but part 2 of the conversation. And if y'all remember, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, y'all, we haven't been on the podcast for a while. Shame on us. But we were having a really, really good conversation about stud credits and how expensive stud fees can be, but is it worth it? Okay. Should you be investing in studs or should you be buying dogs? That's going to be the conversation today. It looks like we got Greek Squad on the live. Oh, do we have Greek Squad on the live? Am I seeing something? Do we have another beloved legacy legend member on the live? Can't be. Okay. But let's get straight into it, y'all. So we like to remind you guys that we weren't always breeders. We actually bought 2 pets. We learned the breed. We fell in love with the breed. And then we started breeding. That's very, very, very important for you guys to understand, because you should not just jump into breeding. Breeding is not something you should jump into. I wish I knew other languages. Yeah, I used to know Spanish. I used to know French. I probably should call my husband in here so he can give it to you in Dutch, okay, or patois, or pigeon or something like that, for everybody around the world who might be watching to understand. Breeding is not something you jump into, baby. Okay. Learn from us. You can have your I's dotted and your T's crossed, and you can still suffer the loss of a whole litter, even your mom. Like, so much can go wrong when you are breeding these dogs. And y'all, don't even start me about studying. Don't even start me about studying. But we gonna get into it. We gonna teeter-totter into it a little bit, and then we gonna break out into it. Okay. But let me welcome our wonderful members. Y'all, we have Michelle K, our beloved legacy legend, on the chat. She is speaking to Nicole. Do I see my sis, Nicole? Nicole, girl, I need you, girl. Okay, I need a hug or something. Send me some love over the airways or something, because it's rough, y'all. And I thought, I was doing better and I'm okay, but today is just a reminder of what we're going through. But we have Greek Squad on the live. Okay, we have Walter, half of Greek Squad, and then we have Nicole, the other half of Greek Squad. And then we have Jillian. Hi, Jillian. I think I've seen your name before, but if not, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We love it here, but hopefully you will love it here as well if this is your first time watching us. But okay, so y'all, thank you, Nicole. Nicole sent your girl a hug. Thank you, Nicole. I do need a hug. Y'all. Whew. But I'm going to get through it. Okay, so I'm going to set a 30-minute timer, guys, so we can work through this conversation today. I'm going to try to be diligent. We have a lot to cover, but I really want you guys' opinion. If anybody wants to call and help me get through this podcast and this segment, definitely click the link in the chat. I just put it there. But let's talk about the thing that nobody wants to really talk about is money. Okay, so everybody wants to breed Frenchies, but let's talk about the money side. Is it really cheaper to use someone else's expensive stud or invest in your own? Okay, so what do you guys think? Is it cheaper to use someone else's expensive stud? Okay, I'm talking about the 5,000s, the 10,000s, the 15,000s, right? To get a quality breeding from that stud, or is it worth you raising or buying your own? Let's talk about it. Let me put the question on the screen. Let me put the question on the screen. Is it cheaper? Okay. What do y'all think? Hopefully somebody will call in so we can hash it out. Because y'all, we gotta run through this one. Yeah, girl. Yeah, I need a mental break. This week has been heavy. Not sure if y'all saw everything that we accomplished this week right before you clicked on the podcast in our newest short, but it's been a heavy week. Okay, so boom, I have my question right here. Boom, put it on the screen. All right, so let's talk about it. Is it really cheaper to use someone else's expensive stud or invest in your own? And I have some rebuttals because, oh, y'all, this one is kind of controversial. Thank y'all for liking the live stream too. This one is controversial because why it matters is especially for new breeders looking to get into the game, choosing to buy a stud or pay stud credits is very important when you are starting out. When you are starting out, there is a lot of money that you will be investing up front. And if you do not have an expense tracker, y'all will find yourself spending in the up and up and ups of things. And when you look up, you're like, oh, like I didn't know we were spending 45,000. I didn't know we were in the 50s of the thousands trying to start this dog breeding program. But that is also why it's great for you guys to have mentors. It's very important for you guys to have mentors who care about you, who care about your program, who see your vision, right? They might not need to know everything that God has told you specifically to do regarding your program, right? You still want to garner or hold sacred the conversations that you and God have had regarding your life and your family, right? We don't want to share everything, right? Even with our mentors. But needless to say, you do need to be guided and steered in the right direction by someone who has done it, is doing it currently, right? And who is willing to share their mistakes. That's very important because when we first started breeding, or when we were inquiring about, if we should breed or if it's something we wanted to really, invest our money into and stand behind, yo, we didn't have no Rosharon Frenchie breeder. Okay, that was really ready to share the truth behind breeding. Okay, we got a Rosharon from the West Coast, a Frenchie from the East Coast, and the breeder all in between. But we really didn't have proper guidance before going into breeding, and we made a lot of mistakes. Charm, who we lost, it was our intention to kind of transition Charm transition him from being a 2-year-old pet into now being a working stud. And it just didn't happen that way for us. It wasn't that easy. And we were kind of like pushed and motivated to like just keep working with Charm and keep working with Charm and keep working with Charm. And not really promised that he would get there, but kind of like tugged along that he would get there. And Charm, he was a pet. He wasn't used to being pulled. He wasn't used to being touched in that area. When we would see him, messing around the girls or doing what males do, we would chastise him. We would tell him that you shouldn't do that and to leave them alone, because our mindsets weren't of a breeder then. Our mindsets were of pet owners. Like, y'all, there's so much I could say regarding transitioning a pet to a stud, but we don't even have time for that. But if you guys have pets and now you are starting your dog breeding program, I know you understand what I mean, but I won't hash it out. Okay. We're going to actually move on. Not sure if you guys have answered the question regarding if it is cheaper to use someone else's expensive stud or invest in your own, but I'll take a jab at it. So long story short, we have done both multiple times. We have used our own studs here in-house. Within a year's time, less than a year's time, we have produced 5 litters. And I think that is truly amazing because this time last year, we were trying to still gather information and we didn't know what we were doing. Okay. And now within a year's time to look back and see the progress and how hard we worked, to get here, and we're really, really new. It just speaks volumes to, where your faith and where your determination can take you. But we started off with Charm. Charm was not ready for our first breeding. So we get to the vet, y'all. We had been working with Charm, pulling Charm. He'll release a little bit. We got Charm's semen tested twice. I want to be careful about the words that I use because I'm not sure if someone's child or children are watching as well. So I will be mindful of the even the scientific words that I use. But we had got Charm tested twice. The first time it was a bad collection. He was not very mobile. And then the second time we tested him, we had given him some multivitamins and some other like powders to kind of get his, little swimmers working. And it actually worked. Um his second analysis was really, really well, and we felt confident that we could breed, breed Dream to Charm. Right. Y'all show up at the vet. My boy said, "Oh no, y'all thought y'all was gonna get a breeding. You won't." Okay. So y'all, we scrambling because at this point, Dream is at an 18.2. And if you know anything about breeding, 18.2 is like, ma'am, if you breathe a little too hard, you'll miss her heat cycle. Okay. And we were so excited to start breeding. We had invested so much money and bought all of these whelping supplies. We were like, oh no, we cannot miss this breeding. We want to start breeding now. So y'all, that day, literally, we ended up buying a stud. That day, that Dream was 18.2. I'm not going to say it was one of the worst decisions that we've ever made, but it was probably one of the worst decisions we ever made. Y'all, no background and knowing what to look for in a stud, no prior history in buying a stud, no guidance, no nothing, no checklist, nothing that we have now. Y'all, we didn't even see the dog like in video. We didn't even get a 360 of the dog. No DNA, no contract, no nothing. Just AKC paperwork. Y'all don't be like us. Be better than us. Please be better than us. But, it was something that we went through and we definitely learned from it. And now moving forward, we know exactly what to look for in a stud. But I ask you again, is it really cheaper to use someone else's stud or invest in your own? Now, for that happenstance, we chose to invest in our own stud because if we're gonna, this was the mindset, right? We think differently now, but if we're going to pay $4,500 for a dog, we might as well, I'm sorry, if we're going to pay $2,500 for a stud credit, we might as well buy the dog because back then we were doing 2 TCIs, right? So 2,500 is 5. Okay. So, okay, I can either pay you $5,000 and use your dog twice, or I can pay you $4,500 and just own the dog, right? That was our thinking. Because now if we own the dog, we can keep using the dog and breeding the dog. But again, still not knowing much about anything and how important it is for you to switch up your blood and also have different working studs. Yeah, you just don't know what you don't know, But now, we have amazing products. Greek Squad, I see your comment. We have some amazing products. And when I say products, I mean producers for us. Rest in peace to Charm. But this is the future. Well, half of it. We will be rehoming some of our I don't want to say older dogs because Blossom and Burberry are only one. But Mama Blue just had her retirement litter who we lost. So we will be retiring her. Blossom and Burberry, we will be retiring them in our program and allowing them to go ahead and bless someone else's home because we have found replacements. The bottom 3, Daydream, Nostalgia, and Alpha. But let's get to the studs, y'all. So, woo. All right, I'm gonna try to be strong, baby. You gotta be strong. What's the name of that song? You gotta be smart. You gotta be tough. You gotta be hot. I think that's how that song went. Wait, y'all, do y'all remember that song? And I'm about to get to Greek Squad's comment. Y'all remember that song? I don't even remember who sings that song, but this is Charm, you guys. And Greek Squad said, I think there's pros and cons to both. Having your own makes you more self-dependent, but you never know if you raise one, if he will be a stud. Greek squad, that is a great perspective to have because he is absolutely right. Again, y'all, Bart Charm never had an inkling of an idea that we would become breeders, let alone full-time breeders. Charm was a pet. Then we became breeders and we tried to be you know, we tried to be responsible, but we just didn't know what we didn't know. But I love Greek Squad's perspective is that you can invest in a quality male dog or puppy and, not know if that male will transform into a stud because things happen. Sometimes the little water drops don't drop. That could possibly happen. Y'all, that actually happens to me. Y'all, I have gone through so much with these dogs. Back in the day, y'all, I spent maybe 10, not maybe, did over 10 on a French Bulldog. And y'all, they didn't even tell me the dog had one drop. Never said a word. Never said a word. Me not knowing I had signed a contract for a non-refundable policy. Like, there were no refunds, ma'am. There is no way you're going to be able to bring this dog back to me because I bought it from the mall. Y'all learn from me, please. That's why I tell y'all, learn from us, be better than us, because y'all, that is insane. When I tell you it was the cutest Frenchie I have ever seen, he was actually pied. And that's why I love Charm so much, because Charm's mom actually reminds me a lot of my very first French Bulldog, and I named him Lux. But Lux, but y'all, Lux had one drop, $10,000 dog. And I'm in the military at the time. I'm in Colorado. Y'all, they selling dogs out there for the tens. Okay, easy. Because it's very hard for you to buy French Bulldogs. Like, they are in very high demand. So, hey, if you didn't know, Colorado is looking for them Frenchies. Okay, and people willing to pay 10 and up for them. Okay, Greek Squad. So spend some time marketing in Colorado, okay? The military too. They'll drop that 10 ball on you quick. Okay, they got it. Y'all, let me stop being petty. But Vanessa said, yes, I love that song. And then Texas Lassie said, decades ago when I was breeding dogs, we had an option for a pick of the litter for stud service. Is that still an option? Okay, so let me think about this because I want to understand what you're saying. Because yes, there is still the pick of the litter, but let me understand what you mean for stud service. Do you mean in exchange for stud service? Like if I stud out, let me put our up and coming stud on the screen, baby. Okay, can we do that? Can we talk about who we got up and coming? Is that okay? Okay. Can we talk about Charm's son? And he's only 5 months, guys, but he is absolutely amazing. I honestly think he's going to look like his father. Do you see the resemblance? Oh, that's a bad boy right there. But are you saying if we stud out Alpha to a breeder and the breeder doesn't pay us, but pays us back with our pick of his litter, of our stud's litter? Okay, so I just wanted to clarify because people do pick of the litter real different. So Texas Lassie is saying, yes, the stud owner gets pick of the litter. Y'all, listen, the danger in that. Okay, I really wish Greek Squad could call in. Y'all, the danger and pick of the litter is that you don't know what that mama of her mama and her daddy and her grandmama and her granddaddy and the great grands and you don't know what they were, are, and carry. That's the only danger and pick of the litter. There are no guarantees. In breeding, there are no guarantees. I wish I could. Let me get AI to translate that. Because I want to be able to say it in another language. Y'all, I want to learn Spanish so bad. Again. So I just told AI to translate it, and AI is giving an explanation. But in breeding, there are no guarantees. You definitely want to be. What is up, Fluff? Fluffy Checks. What is the Fluffy Checks? I'm gonna say this, and then I have a surprise for Fluffy Checks because I don't think she was able to join our live last night. Texas Lassie, yes, we are familiar with pick up the litter. We've done it twice. We've been successful at it once. And when I say we've done it, I mean we've allowed other people to have first pick of the litter. The only thing about that is, guys, that can go real right or real wrong. Okay. Depending on the quality of your dogs that you are breeding. You can rely on your quality, but you cannot speak for someone else's quality, right? So sometimes people offer deals like that for exchange for a dog. Let's say they are revamping their dog breeding program. Let's say they're trying to expand or scale and they might need a dog, right? Right away. Okay, that could work, right? But if that dog is not DNA tested, if that dog is not clean, and I mean the dog that is being bred to your stud, that could be a real bad situation for you. Okay. So please understand that. Having a pick of the litter is not always wise, but you can do it safely. Once you find a good breeder, y'all, listen, work with that breeder. Once you find a Rosharon Frenchie breeder, why would you go somewhere else? I'm just like, no, I'm not. But y'all understand what I'm saying. Okay. Fluffy Check said, hey, RFB family, I agree with Walter. We prepare for both. We have all our dogs and dams and studs, but we scouted and vetted other stud services. And that's wise to do, because here's why. When we first had Charm, of course, Charm was a pet. We transitioned him to be a stud. Charm produced one beautiful litter for us, and that gave us alpha. Now we are grateful, so grateful that we at least got one litter from Charm. We have his blood still in the house. That was the whole goal of breeding Charm. We wanted to continue his bloodline. Boom. Charm gave us alpha. Great. Thank you, Charm. Rest in peace, right? In life, you can't control anything. But I think I feel a little better knowing we at least have his blood still with us, right? Now, what Fluffy Checks is saying is that they are self-dependent, self-reliant. But they are interdependent. Now, here's the difference between being independent and interdependent. They are independent in terms of having their own stud and having their own breeding mama dogs. However, they are still doing their research and looking outside, right, to incorporate new blood into their dog breeding program. And that is what makes them interdependent. I'm still self-reliant, right? But I still can make connections with other breeders to see what else we would like to incorporate into our dog program and dog breeding program. And that is the point that we are in our business now. We just invested in 2 stud credits with the same stud at the top of next year. We want to introduce some different looks and some new blood because we had to. Because we bred Barry back to back for 3 litters because Charm couldn't produce, Alpha wasn't old enough. Sometimes as breeders, you run into that too. The stud that everybody's going crazy about might not be ready. So you need to have a backup plan. And maybe your backup plan is in-house or maybe it's not. So in that instance, it might benefit you to pay those expensive stud credits or work out a deal. Right? If we are the Rosharon Frenchie breeders and we are building this community of breeders, right, who get their dogs DNA and health tested, right? You know the dogs are clean. You know you can trust in the product. You've seen the grandmother and the mom and the sisters and the brothers and different bloodlines. You've seen it. You know it works, right? You know that the breedings are consistent. Now you can rely on the productions. Now, in an instance where maybe you don't have access to the mama, or you don't have access to the daddy, or you can't see the grandparents, you know, stuff like that. You want to caution yourself. When you get into situations where you're asking a breeder for DNA and health testing and they giving you the runaround, you want to caution yourself, right? You don't want to get yourself in a bind trying to rebuild your program or expand and scale. And now you've messed up your whole program because you're dealing with people who are only concerned about money. The breeders you deal with should not only be concerned about profit. They should be concerned about the quality and health of their puppies. Okay, y'all, and the temperature just then got too high, so I'm about to switch cameras real quick. Listen, and I guess something just don't want me to say this today, but I'm going to say it. The breeders you're working with, they should be concerned about the health and the quality of their puppies, because the health and the quality of their puppies will now become your puppy. Okay? Y'all ain't know I had a backup. Baby, listen, we always ready for anything, because the enemy be trying to come up against you, girl. So I said, okay, today I ain't having it. Okay? I'm not having it today. We are going to be well prepared today. Okay. What? Why y'all didn't tell me Texas Lassie joined the Dream Lab? Why y'all didn't tell me that? Nah, y'all cut up way too bad. Y'all cut up a little bad. Y'all cut up a little bad. But girl, welcome to the Dream Lab, where we make... Hold on. Let me be professional. Welcome to the Dream Lab, where I'll just playing. But no, Texas Lassie, it is such an honor and such a blessing to have you become a dream catcher. I honor you. I really, really do. I love you. You are so inspiring, and you don't mind sharing your story. So I am so excited to get to know more about you and share your journey with them. I've been holding back, because our conversations are very sacred, and I did not want to overstep my boundaries. But welcome to the Dream Lab, where you will be receiving training, right? Some hands-on training, and I'm really excited to work with you. Okay, y'all, I had to yield for that one. But y'all, hold on, while we breaking for announcements, I'm gonna get to the comments. But hold on, we had a birthday now. hold on. Fluffy checks in the chat. Hold on. Fluffy checks in the chat. Hold on. Y'all, we had a birthday. Wait, let me get to it. Y'all wait. The devil is not gonna win. He ain't gonna win today. Y'all, he is not going to win today. Give me 1 second. I'm about to sing happy birthday to Fluffy Checks, y'all. She had a birthday. Y'all, why? It just be cutting up. Why it be cutting up so bad? Okay, let's see if we get it back. Okay, we back. Okay, look. Hold on, y'all. Fluffy Checks had a birthday. Happy birthday to our Fluffy, our beloved dream catcher. We're just going to take a moment and appreciate her. Okay, I wanted to sing happy birthday to you last night, but I'm sure you were super busy. So as you guys know, our big boy's birthday was Tuesday. So happy birthday to our big boy. And mama is wearing her shirt. Okay. But Fluffy Checks is born the day after our son, actually on Charm's birthday. Fluffy, don't make me cry, man. Don't make me cry. But happy birthday to Fluff. Hey, happy birthday to Fluff. Hey, happy birthday to Fluff. Hey, okay, stop. Y'all, listen. Y'all, what I'm like, oh, wait, did I publish it? I didn't publish it. Hopefully y'all can see that. Did y'all see the birthday on the screen as I was, y'all, why Alpha was on the screen let me do it again. Happy birthday to Fluff. Hey, happy birthday to Fluff. Hey, happy birthday to Fluff. Hey, happy birthday, Fluff. I hope you had a great birthday. I hope that God will continue to bless you, to be with you, to walk with you, guide you in all of your decisions as a wife, as a mother, as a business owner. I know it's not easy. It's definitely not easy, but you make it work, and you are always there for other people. So I pray that within this community, you will find love, you will find support, and you will definitely get the help that you are looking for as a dream catcher. Okay, my seat. Okay, y'all. But if you did not know, we have memberships available, guys. Texas Lassie just literally made me jump out of my seat for joining memberships. But you definitely can join as a dream catcher, where you will be getting a lot of teaching or as a legacy legend, where you will be getting a lot of training. And coming up next, y'all, we don't know when the Lord gonna release us to do it, but we are looking to start our local luxury chapter. Well, where you will be getting some hands-on training to not just sell pets, but sell products. Okay, to design your own website. Okay, to make a little extra money on top of the six figures you already making, and help teach other people to do the same. Y'all don't play around now. Don't miss the train now. Please, y'all, don't miss the train. This is a train if y'all didn't know. And it's gonna chugga chugga choo choo. Okay, but don't let it chugga chugga choo choo without you, boo. Okay. Y'all don't start me, please. Okay, don't start me, please. But y'all, listen. We got 2 minutes. I told my husband I'm gonna cut up just a little bit, just not like a whole lot of bad, for 30 minutes. I told him, I said, babe, just give me 30 minutes. The boys went to sleep. All I need is 30 minutes. But we love you guys so much. I'm trying to get to the other announcements. I see the comments, y'all. I'm gonna get to them. I promise. We got a minute. Let me just turn it off so I can wrap it up. Okay, so if you did not know, we do have puppies still available from Blossom and Burberry's litter, you guys. The stud that we actually purchased ourselves, we drove halfway to Dallas to get Barry. Barry has produced 3 beautiful litters for us. Greek Squad, who is on the live, has 2 of our beautiful boys. They have Joker, who is a blue and tan, fluffy, big rope stud, still developing. Okay, be on the lookout. Okay, for that. And then, my husband said, take 5 more minutes. Thank you, babe. He said, take 5 more minutes. Okay. And then they have our Rock. I ain't gonna put them up on the screen then. Okay, y'all gotta wait for the rollout. If y'all missed it last night, then you missed it. You could go back and watch it. But they also have our co-own stud. This is the first time that we have ever done a co-own, you guys. But we love Greek Squad. We honor them. We cherish them. We are looking forward to working with them as our legacy legend family. And I am waiting for the first person to tell us that, hey, y'all, what you said works. We hit 6 figures this year. I'm waiting. We're waiting. We've given y'all the formula in memberships. We giving it to y'all. Like, we breaking it down. We have a curriculum and everything. I'm just sitting back and waiting to see who gon' catch the bait and run with it. Like, we're planting the seeds. And some of y'all, we're watering the seed. God gonna get an increase. Nah, okay? We're not God. We're not saviors. We're only lights. But we're waiting to see who's gonna take the bait. Okay. We're waiting to get an invitation for someone else's live stream. We're waiting. Okay. Y'all don't want to talk about it today, but it's fine. But definitely scan the QR code on the screen if you are interested in any one of our little babies. If you want to incorporate a stud or a foundational female or even a pet. You know, if you need a little light, little love in your home, baby, we got it. Okay. Baby, if the lights off in your house, baby, these lights is on up in here. Okay, we can spread a little light, spread a little love. Okay, all of our puppies are simply amazing and so adorable. So definitely check out Blossom and Barry's litter. But if you guys missed it, Barry will be moving on. He is available as a breedable stud or a beautiful pet. Okay, but unfortunately, you know, he has to move on. We have to incorporate some other blood. So we have, you know, I try to be mindful of what I say, because I was about to say bit the bullet, but I don't want to bite nobody bullet. But we have gone ahead and invested in, you know, some expensive stud credits for ourselves and for our future production. So definitely stay tuned. Y'all, I'm cutting up today. Y'all, stay tuned for it. Okay, so let me get to the comments, because I know I've been cutting out real bad. Okay, so what is up, Wendy girl? Not my Houston sis. What is up? Michelle is speaking of fluff. Okay, Wendy said Google Translate. Y'all, Google failed me. I was trying to Google And breeding, there are no guarantees, but I need somebody who is fluent in Spanish. My husband actually is. I should have called him in here, but he's watching, baby. Okay. Fluffy Check spoke back to Michelle, y'all. Who we got? Miss Texas Lassie. Okay. Miss Texas Lassie said, all very good points. The very reason I wanted to hear the answer. Okay, Miss Texas Lassie. Then Texas Lassie became a member. Texas Lassie, hold them. Y'all, I'm ready to work with Texas Lassie, baby. She gonna bring the energy, okay? So if y'all feeling a little dead, feeling a little dry in memberships, baby, Texas Lassie about to come in and cut it all up, okay? We actually waiting for Wendy, and we are also waiting for Charles to come on in. But you know, y'all keep praying for him. Y'all keep praying for him. You know, they gonna see the vision real soon when them 6 figures start hitting. You know, we might close the door on them. I'm just playing. YouTube probably won't even let me do that. I'm just playing, y'all. Hear my heart and not my head. Sometimes I can be a little jokester and I have to calm it down. Okay, but Michelle K said, "Yay, Texas Lassie, welcome, girl." Oh, I didn't even know my husband saw it too. Go, babe. My husband said, "Welcome, Texas Lassie." With the sippy cup champagne bottle. Hey, give me the sippy cup. I'm a sippy cup girl right now, y'all. While I'm still nursing, but you know, I'll be delivered soon. Okay. Texas Lassie said, I have to show my loyalty to such good people. And we gonna show it right back, ma'am. Class is Tuesday and Thursdays. Video training on Tuesdays. Maybe a live stream on Thursdays, depending on the boys. But you will get, the plan is to get at least 2 video trainings or 1 video training and 1 hands-on live stream. But I will definitely send you your needs assessment so that you can fill that out so I can learn more about you and see what your needs are. Okay, Fluffy says she loves that. Texas Lassie said, thank you, Michelle. Fluffy said, I love that for you, Texas Lassie. Texas Lassie said, RFB, I love you. We love you right back. Vanessa said, yes, amen. Fluffy Checks is laughing out loud. Not sure at what point. Texas Lassie said, you know me better than that. Dance it out, dance it out, dance it out with 4 laughing emojis, and I think she was rolling on the floor as well. JD is back in the chat. JD said, hello everyone, quick question. How early should you start venting studs for your female? As soon as during your next breath, you should start vetting studs. As quick as you breathe, you should be vetting studs because it's really that serious. JD, we just got Texas Lassie in our memberships. If you really want to learn how to not just breed, but breathe, you know, free up your time, make more money, and not lose it, I definitely encourage you to join memberships. The link is in the description of today's video, but I can, and it's also in our bio, but I can drop it in the chat, but let us know. Thank you so much, our brother, for supporting us and watching from Waco. I know it's you and your family, but please send them our love. Fluffy said, love the promo voice. Gotta get it, girl. Gotta get it. Fluffy is also laughing at me and rolling on the floor. Not sure what I said, but it was really funny to her. Texas Lassie said, not today, Satan. Okay. And Texas Lassie is wishing Fluffy Checks a happy birthday. Y'all, I'm trying to wrap up as fast as I possibly can. Fluffy Check said, oh, thanks. Not sure who she's thanking, but you're welcome. Vanessa said, happy birthday to you, Fluffy Checks. Happy birthday, Fluffy Checks. Happy birthday, Fluffy Checks. Michelle K said, happy birthday, Fluffy. Yeah. Oh, happy birthday, Fluff. We love you, girl. We love you. Fluffy Check said, hey, thank you. You died over you doing it again. Wait, what I did, Fluff? Wait, Fluff said, thank you. Thanks to all of you. Now you're going to make me cry. Baby, I've been crying all week. I need somebody to cry with me. Okay. What do people say? Misery loves company, but I don't want you to be miserable. Okay. But I just want you to be a little sympathetic towards your girl. Okay. But ain't nothing wrong with shedding a little tear. Okay. Fluffy said, thank you, all of you. Y'all gonna make me cry. Yeah, cry, Fluffy. Call in and cry so we can show the world you cried. Yo, my husband about to come take this microphone after a while. Wendy said, I love you. Wendy is also rolling on the floor laughing. Not sure at who or what, but she's rolling on the floor. I think she did it 3 times, actually. What is up, Slay Like girl? You been missing. Where you been? My husband said take 5 more minutes. When did he say that? I'm pretty sure he said that 5 minutes ago. So let me wrap up. Fluffy Check said, laughing out loud, I called one of the puppies Choo Choo. You had me chugga chugga choo choo. Baby, chugga chugga better find a good home. Okay? He sure better choo choo somewhere else. You better tell chugga chugga I said call me, baby. Okay? Baby, I could tell you how to chugga chugga choo choo him right on out. Okay? But y'all, thank you for making me feel better. It was really, really hard to start this podcast. I was thinking about Charm so heavily, but thank you for lightening up the mood and, allowing me to see the brighter side of things. Vanessa said, I have an important question for you and your husband. Do you guys cremate your dog, your puppies when they pass? If you guys don't mind me asking. Girl, ain't nobody cremate nobody, girl. How much it costs to cremate a dog? Girl, I don't even want to be cremated. Box me up. Give my money to my kids and my husband. Like, it's not my money, our money, of course, but I'm saying, no, box me up. Don't waste no money on that. For what? I'm a rot anyway. Yeah. Y'all, we have to change our mindsets. Y'all, back in the day, who was getting cremated? You was getting boxed up and put in the ground and returning to the dirt where you came from. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm being honest. This is biblical. Y'all, they put Jesus in a tomb wrapped in bandages, like white linen and cloths. Ain't nobody getting cremated, girl. No, ain't nobody getting cremated. Y'all, hear my heart though. No, honestly, you guys, we have to start saving money. Whether you have it, you're aiming to get it, or not. You want to preserve what you have. You want to have something to leave to your children, to the next generation. I don't know how much it costs to cremate a dog, but to me, that's a waste of money and it's unnecessary. Now, could my opinion change next month or 5 years from now? It possibly could. It could. But right now, today, having 2 small, very young children, I don't see the need in it. It's a waste of money. When that money could be put into our program or helping another family. That's just my opinion, Vanessa. Hear my heart, though, when I say it. Okay. Fluffy said, I'm happy to see you smile. Thank you, Fluff. Thank you, Fluff. Texas Lassie is still laughing, rolling on the floor, and still laughing. I'm not sure at who or what, but she is. She did it twice. Okay. And Texas Lassie agrees with Fluffy Checks. And then Fluffy Checks said, she's also laughing out loud. And she said, I sound like her. No cremation. We give our puppies back to the land. Yeah, I don't have to say nothing else. Okay. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Texas Lassie, I'm actually about to go ahead and send you our needs assessment so that you can go ahead and fill that out. We honor all of our members on the chat. I'm going to say it again while we are going out. We got Greek Squad on the live. We got Michelle K on the live. We got Texas Lassie on the live. We got Fluffy Checks on the live. I'm sure we have other people on the live. Oh, JD on the live. Wendy on the live. Maybe Peyton's still here on the live. Not sure. Maybe some people are watching who don't want to be identified, and that's okay too. But we have a lot of stuff coming soon, guys. This was a very heavy week for us, very emotionally draining, but it taught us a lot about our faith and about our mission and our cause. It doesn't matter what you go through, right? It's better when you are going through with the support and the help of other people. So when we were not talking to you guys about the things that we were going through, it was literally eating us up inside. But we wanted to, gather the facts, right? We didn't want to come online and spew out hate or disgrace for other people. It's unnecessary. At the end of the day, things happen, beyond our control. We could not control what happened to Charm. We could not control what happened to Blue. and her puppies. Blue still hasn't recovered. I think my husband told me her first day eating was today, actually. Shout out to Greek Squad. They called us, well, we chatted. I think I called them. Yeah, I called them. But we chatted. They gave us some advice. We're learning from all of you guys. And we told them that Blue hadn't eaten. And we were kind of brainstorming to figure out what we could do for a mama who lost her whole litter a week later who is not eating. Sometimes dogs are no different than us. They grieve too. Like why do I have this feeling that what was in me is no longer here? Why am I producing milk and no one is sucking this milk from my body? Like what is going on? Something is not right. And she's right next to Blossom's puppies and she's hearing them playing and cooing and crying, and it's hurtful. It was tearing us apart not talking to you guys about it. But thank you so much for being there for us this week. We really, really, really appreciate you guys. Walter, yes, my husband is very fluent in Spanish. People are shocked, okay, that he can definitely communicate with you and hear what you're saying about me. Okay. Okay. I'm just saying. But nah, he's very fluent in Spanish and Dutch and some other things too. He's amazing. I like him a lot. Vanessa said, okay, thank you so much for answering my question. Yeah, no problem, Vanessa. And any other questions that you have, you can leave them below today's video. But not sure if you guys know, but your girl, hold on. I was going to something else. I want to say this and then we will be wrapping up. Memberships are open, guys. The link is definitely in the description of today's video and all of the recent videos. Your girl has started scrapbooking. Do you see everything